This morning, we are continuing the conversation, helping you keep your kids safe as they enjoy their summer vacation. Last hour, we showed you the lesser known dangers in and around your house that expose your kids to drowning risks, like this bucket of water here. Now we're walking you through a test that you can perform with your child to know for sure they have the ability to save themselves if they ever get into trouble in the water. So first, they need to be able to step or jump into water that is over their head and then return to the surface. Second, they need to be able to tread water for 1 minute. 1 minute. Next, they should be able to swim 25 yards to reach an exit. And fourth, check that they can get out of the pool without using a ladder. The fifth skill is actually something that you should always teach your child. They should know to never, ever swim alone. Now, we have two other safety warnings to keep your kids out of the emergency room this summer, and there are far too many trips to the emergency room for these reasons. So first, riding their bicycle. The best protection is making sure they wear one of these, a helmet. According to Cleveland Clinic, data shows that wearing one of these reduces the risk of head injury by as much as 85%. Now, you probably don't realize that you need to make a habit of inspecting your child's helmet to make sure it doesn't have any dents or cracks that could make it less effective at protecting your child's head. If they fall or get hit while riding, especially since our kids, they tend to throw these on the ground, right, which can damage them, and then you don't know it. And there are also some common mistakes kids and parents make when putting a helmet on a child. First, a helmet should be level on your child's head and fit snugly like this one. The biggest mistake that leads to injuries is a helmet that is not tight enough. It should not be able to rock from side to side or back and forth, and the strap should be even and tight when buckled. These kids are doing it the right way so that only one finger can fit between the chin and the strap. And always make sure that strap is buckled.
So we want to make sure that helmet is pretty much not, 2 fingers from the eyebrow to the top of the helmet, which I don't see very often. But remember, we're trying to protect all parts of that brain, and that frontal lobe is part of the brain that we want to protect. So if a child falls forward and that helmet's way back here, we could sustain injury to that front part of the brain.
Yeah, so I asked Jessica specifically about that because in my neighborhood, I frequently see children who are riding and this is propped back on the back of their head. It's not going to do any good. And you have to keep in mind, not every helmet is created equal. There are multi-sport helmets which kids can wear on their bike, on a scooter, or also on a skateboard. A bike helmet is only designed, though, to protect a child's head if they fall from a bicycle. So make sure before you buy one that you check that you're buying the right helmet. One other thing, keep in mind that your teenager is more likely to wear a helmet if you lead by example and wear one too. Now, Jessica Winberry also asked us to remind parents that they have treated kids at Wilson Children's Hospital for bad burns to their skin, often because kids will try to play with a garden hose. It's hot outside and they don't not around a pool that's been sitting out in the sun, though, all day. The sun warms up the water that's in that hose to dangerously high temperatures and can severely burn someone. So make sure that you run a hose for a few minutes to empty that hot water into a safe place before the kids get wet and have some fun in these hot, hot, hot summer days.